You're friendly, unabashed cup cutter. I slice through the turf like warm butter, planting dreams in the grass, one putt under. You're friendly, unabashed cup cutter.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me, your friendly unabashed cup cutter. If you're new to the podcast, there are a few things I like to do. One, I like to have a weekly podcast about what's going on in the golfing world with my boys. Two, I like to do little tiny clips of cup cutting. That way that can help out other cup cutters out there do a nice, crisp, clean cup. Third thing, what I like to do, obviously, I'm in my 71 Volkswagen bus. I like to travel to golf courses or to anybody that's in the golf industry to talk about golf, talk about how they got involved with it and what they do. And as you can see here in my backdrop, which is awesome, I'm at Plantation Palms. I'm here with Ben Cockerham.
Yep,
Cockerham.
you got it.
Who is the marketing director for Plantation Palms.
Yep.
Bro, so thanks again, man, for being on the podcast and having a conversation.
Of course. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. And this is not the first time we've done this. The beauty part about learning this damn thing that I'm trying to do is some things I just can't completely control.
Yep, absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
So it's funny, like the interview that we had or the conversation we had with Ben, we were actually in between two other people and everything went fine.
Yeah.
So I think it was a calling for you and I, because we just say, are we best friends now?
Absolutely.
Things happen for a reason, my guy. And here we are again within less than 2-3 days.
Yep.
I've seen you more than my boys, my friends, my guys. I mean, you are now.
Absolutely.
I mean, dude, I appreciate you.
Yeah, of course.
When I do the 6, that's legit. So, we'll just start fresh.
Yeah,
Let's just
absolutely.
do that as if I've never met you before, but we'll do, a couple of little things different here.
Yeah.
So before we get started about why I'm interviewing or having a conversation here at Plantation Palms, let's get folks to get to know you.
Yeah.
Right. I know you briefly told me about how you got into golf. So if you don't mind, let's just get right back into
it.
Where are you from and how did you get into golf?
Yeah. So originally born and raised in Akron, Ohio. Started golf when I was 8 years old with the first tee of Akron.
Okay.
Summer golf program in Akron, Ohio. We have 4 good months out of the year, maybe 5, to get some good golf in. But it was a junior. If you're unfamiliar with the first tee, it's the 9 core values, and it's a program really more based on life skills, responsibility, perseverance, sportsmanship. And they use the game of golf to drive those life skills and how they're applicable in not only golf, but the game of life. And knowing my mom, that's something that attracts her very much. And that's something she wants to instill in her kids. So, I was not too thrilled about it at first, being, kind of not forced, but going to this summer program. I was more into basketball and football, and golf was, not the coolest sport in the early 2000s. So, I mean, Tiger helped it along a little bit, but it was not the cool place to be. So, started off there. And then I have an older brother who's a really good golfer, played Division II college golf, and I always wanted to beat my older brother. So it kind of stuck. And as anyone I think who plays golf knows, it's addicting. And once that bug bites, it's hard to not fall in love with the game.
I'm sure.
So that bug bit, and we were off running, and I played all through high school, had a couple college offers, and it just wasn't the right fit at the time. But I've worked in and out of the golf industry all my life. It's a running joke that I've worked in nearly every industry trying to figure out what I want to do, but here we are back at a golf course, and it always circles back to golf. So that's where we are.
So you said at 8 years old with first tee, and you did that. Did you mention, didn't you do some coaching with that too as well?
So yeah, as well. So I was a participant with the first tee for 10 years until that program, their ending age is 18 once you kind of head off to college.
Okay.
So I was in the program for 10 years, was as a participant. I'm a part of the group now as an alumni. And actually what brought me to Tampa, Florida was I was kind of getting ready to, figure out the next chapter, and the alumni group I'm a part of send an email out, hey, check in with your local first tee chapter, see if you can get involved, give back to the kids that are now in your spot. And I just happened to ironically check out the first tee at Tampa Bay, and they had a coaching position open. So send an email to Grant Hedricks, who's I think the assistant program director over there still. And thankfully he brought me on and made the trip to Tampa. And
Awesome.
so I worked there for a couple of years, and then, moved over, accepted a position to be the operations manager at Rocky Point,
Okay.
another local course here in Tampa. Was there for a few years, gained a lot of great experience. But that kind of chapter closed, it did its due time, and it was on for the next position, and met our good friend Jesse Pratt here at Plantation Palms.
That's
and, very thankful for Jesse that he brought me on board for, kind of the career path I was heading down.
That's
and he's
awesome.
given me a great opportunity, and that's what brought us here.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good. Pause for 1 second.
Yep.
I'm going to do this real quick.
Yep.
Our apologies. Your fuck is experiencing technical difficulties. He will be right back.
Dude, real quick, I just appreciate you, man.
Yeah, of course. I love being here.
Dude, it's and you're getting paid.
That's the best part.
We'll take that part. This was a real quick interview, Jesse. Well, just play it. All right, so you got to work with, got the job here with Jesse and everything like that too. So, how did you? So you went from first tee, right? And then, so how did you transition, or when it was from Rocky Point?
Yeah,
that's right. You did Rocky Point, and then you found the job here with Jesse. That's what it was.
Yeah. So first tee, I love that program. Can't say enough. They've done so much. Just that program helped me develop into the person I am today, just with life skills, and I can't say enough about just what the program is about. Yeah. But then just the opportunities, like the people I've met through the first tee. Had the opportunity, through the first tee program, my senior year of high school, played in their Nature Valley First Tee Open at Pebble Beach. So I got to play Pebble Beach through the first tee. Wow. Scholarships through the first tee. I mean, there's endless opportunities, and the things they do for kids are unbelievable. So being able to coach was, such an opportunity. And as much as I would have loved to continue doing that, pay isn't.
Oh, of course.
I think anyone in the golf industry knows that's kind of where we fall short, is on pay, and where cost of living is going these days. It's hard to make that work. So I had the opportunity with Rocky Point. And at that time I was trying to figure out, what is the long-term goal. And at that point I was entering the PGA program to learn how to run a golf course and the in and outs of an operation. So getting into a position like that, I was learning how an operation runs and how to run a golf course. And, I think a great start was a city-owned course. You see, the most accessible course to probably the public, a city-owned public course. So it was a great experience. And then, kind of in that experience, trying to decide where, my career was going to go. I've never been someone that knew what they wanted to do. I still figuring it out as I go today. I think marketing has been fun. It's something that allows my creative side to be enhanced and to be utilized. But 10 years down the road, do I know if I'm still going to be loving the marketing gig? I don't know. So
would you, let's just say that if that were to, if the marketing gig doesn't, pan out or whatever you want to change, would you still stay in the golfing industry then? Would you, because the fact that you did the operations manager, would you still want to do more on that level then? Or
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I think it would depend on where I'm at in life at that time. I think there's a lot of pieces. I just had a daughter a couple of years ago, so I'm still learning the in and outs.
Awesome. Which I did find out that you're a Bluey fan, which I love the best.
Which actually this morning I heard my daughter get up, and I was out in the living room, so I turned it on, and my fiance comes out and she goes, "Were you watching Bluey by yourself?" And I was like, "No, I turned it on. I heard Addie get up, and I turned it on for her. I may have watched a couple episodes on my own, but
that's awesome." Literally, Fairy Tale was on as I was leaving the house. For those that don't know, Fairy Tale on Bluey is the episode where they talked about the 80s.
Yep.
So that was when the two. We'll
amazing
talk about
show.
that. Yeah. It's an amazing show.
You should.
Yeah. Not golf related, but I think as a dad that tries to golf and balancing life and being with, I think it's an amazing show.
It's a phenomenal show.
Oh, absolutely. Highly recommend it for those that it's not just for kids.
Yeah.
No, 100%. It really isn't. Especially
100%.
Especially as a parent. Yeah. Or even as a dad.
Yeah. Oh,
because
absolutely.
of the amount of involvement. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
No, that is so cool. All right, man. So we're staying in the marketing gig for now, which we're enjoying it. I mean, you get to get a free reign from Jesse. Like you're free, like your visions and stuff.
And that's one of the things I could go on for a long time. You know Jesse well.
Oh, Jesse's amazing.
I could go on for a very long time.
Yep.
The amazing qualities that Jesse has. One of the things I think he allows his employees to do is he doesn't put them in a box.
Yep.
He allows the input from others. He, it's his job to run the operation, to run the course, generate revenue is the biggest one.
That's the thing.
So he's going to give you your, his constructive criticism. And
Of course.
I've had, managers in the past that haven't done that well. Communication wasn't really their strong suit, which I've always been a big one where I think good employees don't leave bad companies. They leave bad
That's
leadership.
very true. That's very true.
And that's one of the things I think I've enjoyed. It's one of the many amazing things about Jesse is, he lets me, if I have an idea, all right, go run with it. Like, let's see what you do with it. And
that's awesome.
Hey, here's what I did. Here's kind of the idea behind it. And he'll, either give the stamp of approval, or say, hey, let's, and the way he gives his constructive criticism is it's not, oh, this sucks, or no, we can't use this. It's like, hey, this is great, but what if we try it from this angle? Or what if we try it from this approach? Or, as a consumer, I think I would look at it this way. How can we maybe change the narrative of this, specific marketing piece?
That's right.
But it's, it's one of the many amazing things that Jesse allows me to do here is just let my creativity kind of run crazy. And
especially as an artist, I mean, that's any type of creativity. You can't put it in a box.
No.
You just need a little bit of like, can you try this a little bit? Of course. Let's see what happens. Yeah. When we were designing the logo for the podcast, my amazing wife and sons were, hey, let's try this, that, whatever. I'm like, absolutely. I'm like, oh, I don't like this color. Can we match it with Tink? What? And I mean, I let them still do what they wanted to do. And I can't, exactly. You can't put them in a box.
No,
you can't.
And I think that's one thing is it's very rare that he'll take something on, if I draw up a graphic or come up with anything that the first take, he'll be like, oh, that's good, sign off on it. Yeah. Because, and I like that because he'll give me his feedback and then I'll take it back. And then even just thinking through the process, I may scrap that first design. Like, oh, you know what?
Yeah.
His comment just sparked an idea. Let me go this way. Yeah. Where I think anything, especially from a creative side, I would love to talk to any artist, and I'm sure any creative would say, I never take the first draft. No. Like it's a start. It's it's a draft for a reason, and you scribble on it, you mark it up, and you try to make it as good as can be.
That's
and
right.
Even then, you still, and that's one of the things I like about Jesse is I'll make a graphic, and then a couple months later, he'll be like, hey, let's redo that. I'm like, okay, all right, let's do something different.
And on all honesty, it's still a job too, right? So I mean, it's like you're still getting paid no matter what. Yeah. So I mean, if he needs a little bit of direction, so what if you have to do it again? Yeah. Let those creative juices flowing and see what else you come up with. And
especially, being in the golf industry, Jesse's a guy that has worked and, managed multiple courses of different levels. I mean, that guy's got so much knowledge and so much expertise that I'm going to try to be a sponge and soak up as much of whatever information he's willing to share.
Of course.
Which he is willing to teach you anything if you're willing to listen. And that's, another thing I admire about him is he's willing to teach. He wants to teach. He wants to see you grow. So, no, I can't, not trying to get a raise.
I was going to say.
Not trying to get a raise.
It's a lot of props on Jesse. And he did say revenue. I mean, some money. And you have a little one. I mean, they ain't cheap.
I think anyone that knows Jesse knows anything that we're saying is just one of many things.
Of course.
But
he's it's amazing hearing all of his employees and everybody that truly enjoys working for him and producing. Yeah, absolutely. And you're right. I mean, you said it right. Nobody leaves a company for bad leadership unless just to grow, maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, not for because he was an asshole, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah, I feel like when you hear people transitioning from companies, it's usually never the company as a whole.
Yeah.
Unless, there may be some situations where, the values of a company go off the line. And okay, that's completely understandable.
Of course.
But majority of the time it's, I had a manager that sucked or I couldn't stand working with this person. It's usually some aspect of that.
I hear
where it shows how crucial, good managers are, ones that are willing to work with others,
and wanting to reach back with them.
Exactly.
In a way, right?
Exactly.
So real quick, just, how I used to work at Heritage Health, some folks that are left because of the leadership. I said, no, I left for personal reasons.
Yep.
I didn't get along with one particular individual. Don't need to say it. But it's like with the leadership itself, no, I could go back there right now.
Yeah.
And I still friends with everybody there.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think that speaks volumes when you do leave a company, even who knows where my path is going to go. But if it comes to a time where, I leave Plantation Palms, I know Jesse is an individual that he will be a 100%. Friend for, the rest of my time.
Oh, that's awesome. So speaking about time, that, you have a little one. What else do you like to do on your free time besides if it was golf?
Well, I know the big one. I know
I'm
where I'm going is probably video games.
Yeah, right.
It's, it's hard to get away from them when I got, I had like an hour last night and I texted people, you want to hop on Battlefield?
I'm not kidding, man. We did that last night. It was about 9:30 last night. And I told my boy who just bought the game.
Yep.
I was like, dude, I gotta do some editing on this podcast. I gotta turn this off. But yeah, it's a nice relaxing. I love it.
It's nice to just kick back and throw the headphones on.
Oh, of course.
Be able to dive into something.
What was your first video games that you've played?
I mean, so I grew up on. I'll never forget. As a kid, we had an original PlayStation.
Yep.
PS1. I even had an Atari for a little bit.
Cool.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
Original PlayStation. The first memories of video games were Spyro.
Wow. Okay, that's the dragon. The purple dragon, right?
Dragon,
that's
Spyro.
right.
And then we used to always play this game. It was called Hydro Thunder. It's a boat racing game.
Okay.
Check it out. It's like the craziest game ever. And then, your typical others, Mario Kart.
Oh, of course.
I still play Super Smash Bros. when I can.
That's 100%, man.
But as I got older, I was a big Call of Duty guy.
Yeah.
So Modern Warfare 2 was one of my favorites. Yep. And it's kind of funny, the transition. I was never really a Battlefield guy.
Yeah. Oh, man.
This game has me in a stranglehold.
Oh, it's
Battlefield
war.
6 is unbelievable.
It's fucking war.
Yep.
It is so rad, just the sounds. And I remember because I got into Battlefield from Battlefield 2 on PC. And I used to make the helicopters fly like I didn't need a joystick. I had my rudder, all the controls, and fly. I'm so addicted to it. What I love about that game, though, they said was like when they were doing the recordings of the sounds, like a particular weapon system, they would have the mic either with the bullet coming towards them or away from them.
That's insane.
Attention to detail.
Yeah, attention
and that's
to detail.
I think with Battlefield 6, it is. Oh my god, it's insane.
It's
so
crazy.
much fun. Yeah,
But
it's
then,
crazy.
other than that,
Yeah.
PGA is a big one.
Yep. We talked about that.
Yep.
The golf one, right? Yeah.
Yep. I would say those are the big ones. I'm a big Halo guy. So Halo,
we didn't talk about
that.
Really?
Is true. I actually, now that I think of it, we did not mention Halo.
Really?
Halo Infinite, I'll play.
Awesome.
It's been a while since I've hopped on Halo. Again, with Battlefield being out,
Of course,
it's gotten my attention.
It has its own little nostalgia to it.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember when I think it was Halo 2 or 3 when they did dual wielding for the first time and everything. And we actually have videos of. Now, my boys are very well rounded. They'll be outside, they'll be inside, whatever. But I have very young videos of my sons that when they played Halo 2, and he must have been 5 or 6. And even then, with Zachy, our middle son, when you know how back then it was like you can do like 4 players on the screen, almost like in GoldenEye. You know what I mean? You can have 4 players on the screen. I would have to look down. So he doesn't know where I'm at. You know what I mean? So he would look at my screen like, oh, Dad's over there. He's like 5 or 6 years old. You little shit. So I would have to purposely look down.
That's a great strategy, just to look down.
You have to constantly look up exactly.
And
on
then
the old school.
Little peaks. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, we were hardcore. Like I said, with GoldenEye, like on N64, but that was back in my day. But that's awesome, man. Yeah, it's a good way to relax.
Oh, it's unbelievable. And then with marketing and
of course
my day job, I'm in front of a screen a lot of times. So I try to, when I can, to get a screen out of my face as much as I can.
I hear you. Yeah, and then it is nice just to go back to it every once in a while. Did you know they made a Bluey video game?
I did not know that. Have you played it?
We waited for the release. It's on Xbox Game Pass.
Okay.
And it's free. Right. And literally you play Keepy Uppy. You do all these terrible.
Oh, all right.
And my sons are 21, 20, and 15, and I'm playing Bluey.
I'm downloading it immediately.
I kid you not.
All right. That's good
and it's free. It's really good. Great for kids. But it's free. It's fun.
That's getting downloaded as soon as I get home.
I know, bestie. I know. That's awesome. Well, shit, man. So we talked a little about how you got into golf, about video games and everything. So let's talk about golf itself. Yep. So there's something that I tried to do, that I'm doing with my guests, is having a quickie.
Yep.
Let me rephrase that. Your F.U.C.C quickie. Golfing, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So I have 5 quick questions that I think can be used to determine a person's personality and see if maybe if you want to go golfing with them or whatnot. So again, this is Your F.U.C.C quickie, 5 quick questions. That's a good segment. The gummy is kicked in. That's great. Your F.U.C.C quickie, 5 quick questions. Right? Does that sound good? Yeah, that's good.
That's good. That flows well.
It'll be like a flash. So Your F.U.C.C quickie, 5 quick questions.
All right.
Again, ready? Yep. Whatever comes out whatever shoots, just shoot it real quick. All right, ready?
Yep.
How many practice swings?
1.
Your favorite club or shot to do?
Wedges, flop shots, but wedges primarily.
Awesome. Music or no music?
Music.
Putting, do you go up to bat and just putt without looking, or do you kind of dissect the green?
It's funny you mentioned that. I'm typically, if I'm just playing by myself, take one quick glance behind the ball when I lay it.
Okay.
Other than that, no.
Okay.
I played a match last night with my one buddy who's in the PGA program down at Florida Gulf Coast. He came up, and then my brother
Awesome.
came down, and then another
cool.
another regular that plays out here all the time, and we were all square on 18,
Yeah.
and it came down to my putt on the end. So I did a little
Wow. Yeah,
evaluation.
of course you got to. When it matters, you really got to.
But typically just behind, throw down putt.
Awesome. And last question is driver or passenger?
Driver.
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 Got to be in control. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's funny. It's like I enjoy being the passenger, but I need to drive.
Yeah.
And a little short. Nope, can't say this story because we're here at the golf course. Nope. Is there a video out there? Nope, not gonna say it. When I was driving, and a man might have been a little intoxicated with my buddy. I'm not gonna say which golf course I was at. Maybe hole 9 here. I don't know.
Don't know.
Boom. Took it too hard. All the weight. Yep. No, it wasn't here. I swear. Yeah, but that's awesome though, man. Good shit.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing. I think that we can golf together.
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to.
I'll let you drive. My choice of music.
Absolutely. Of course.
But
if I'm driving, you're DJ.
oh, of course. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Man. I appreciate that because it's funny that you say that. When I'm driving with my wife, whoever's driving controls the radio.
That's a good. After I said that
Yeah.
did click where I'm like, ooh, you're normally in the car.
Yeah, of course.
If it's my car, it's my. It used to be the aux cord.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Now we got Bluetooth. So
Yeah, I got Bluetooth. Yeah. No, I hear it. Yeah. And right now it's when my wife drives, it's Christmas music, and it's been like that since November 1st. So she doesn't drive much. I'm just kidding. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. But no, it's funny that that's good. So again, I'll control the music when we're driving.
Down for that.
All right, man. So let's talk about your marketing gig then itself.
Yeah.
Right. So describe like a typical shift. Like what is in your world when you wake up in the morning and you roll into work at whatever time?
Yeah. Typically get here, my shift is 9 to 5. But when I get here, I have a content calendar that I've created because, Plantation Palms is unique in the aspect that we kind of have 3 different businesses going on at the same time. So we have the golf club.
Yep.
We have Mulligan's Irish Pub.
Yep.
And then we now have our mini golf course rebranded as its own separate entity. So that's Mulligan's Mini Golf.
Gotcha. Yep.
So I have a content calendar that kind of lays out just, again, to make sure I'm hitting all the marks on what we want to promote and kind of what, especially this time of year, we have Black Friday. I don't want to say Black Friday. Holiday specials going on in the pro shop.
Yeah.
So check those out.
Absolutely.
We have a gift card promo going on. We have a Mulligan's holiday special going on in the mini golf where kids play free. So there's just so many things that we're doing at the same time. My content calendar just helps me keep everything in place, make sure I'm hitting everything. Not too much. The last thing I want to do, when I look at other golf courses, especially social media, when I go to a golf course's Instagram page, primarily because it's a visual platform, I want to get a sense of the vibe of the golf course. I want to see, photos of the holes or videos if you can do it. And again, every golf course has their limitations on what they can do marketing wise. I think it's pretty rare for a golf course to have one person that's in charge of marketing. But when I go to I want to see kind of just the vibe, what it's like there. I want to see what's my experience going to be like. I don't want to see just ads.
Of course.
I don't want to scroll through. Yes, it's good to know what you guys have going on. I love to save money just as much as the next person. So I want to know that stuff. So, when I came here, my strategy was if someone goes to our Instagram account or our social media, I want them to get a feel of what their experience will be like, not what the promotions are. Again, those do get put in there. And that's where I utilize my content calendar to say, okay, I'm going to hit this promo and we're going to post it this way. It really just ultimately helps me keep track. So when I come in, go over my content calendar, check what posts I have for the day.
Okay.
Go through emails on anything that's come in on the marketing side, any events we have going on at that time. And then I'm a big to-do list. I'm a person that likes to check things off.
Of course.
Organization is if I don't have it, I'm in shambles.
I hear you.
So I have a to-do list. Typically Jesse's adding 3 or 4 things to that list a day. Thank you. So I go through my to-do list, just what are top priority, what can I knock out, are there quick things? And then throughout the day, there's going to be little things that come up. Hey,
of course.
We're cart path only today. Can you throw that up? Absolutely. Let me make a graphic real quick. We're starting to get a little more, we've brought in a new fleet of carts that have a lot more marketing capabilities with the GPS screen. So that's been a project of getting things there. But it's kind of, an ebb and flow of things. I have my standard daily items,
Yep.
and then you have the things that come up, and
Of
we
course.
just kind of integrate them and go on. So
Of course.
if I have some downtime, I then kind of let my creativity go a little bit, where I may get some inspiration. I have, a few other golf courses around the country that do some really cool shit. So I try to, how can we put the Plantation Palms spin on this? Or, okay, I like that concept, but can I do it a little different? So I'll try to get some inspiration, and then, maybe take the drone up, or maybe I saw a cool video about doing a shot. I try to play golf myself as much as I can. So I might try to, duplicate something that some other golfer has done. But just kind of come up with cool things from what I see online, and try to put our own spin on it. But that's typically, I think, a daily. It changes, I think, which is why I like. I'm not someone that I like some ambiguity where I don't really know what's coming, and I like having the sense. It's a good mix.
It's good. It's fresh.
It's
because
fresh.
You don't want that monotonous.
Exactly.
I'm coming in, emails, planner, 5 graphics. Okay, now I'm done.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it can get very monotonous.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. And like you said earlier, Jessica gives you that creativity to do whatever pretty much we want. And the fact that you have 3 businesses, like you said.
Yep.
Yeah, but between the putting and the restaurant and the golf course.
Yeah.
And that's great too. Like, we even want to pull them now. Yeah. So kids order using the that's awesome.
Yep. We're trying to get this to grow more. That's been a huge project of ours. I think the mini golf has been viewed more as almost an amenity.
Yeah.
Where we're really trying to grow that. I think, especially this area in Tampa, when it comes to mini golf, there's a couple different spots. The Groves has a great mini golf. Props to them, because they do a great job.
Pop Stroke.
And I think we're more on the budget side, where we like to offer something that's it's fun for the kids. It's even got a little challenge for the adults.
Yeah, absolutely. Something that I mentioned about I think before with you.
I love this.
The fact that the guys and I, we used to, it's been a while since we've done it, but we used to play around a golf.
Yep.
Whoever loses buys a pitcher of beer, and then we go right into the mulligans putting, and then whoever loses that with the lowest score has to buy another next pitcher of beer.
There you go.
It's like the best transition,
and
every foursome should do that. It's amazing.
Exactly, and that's what we're trying to transition. We're trying to get And
they were recently redone, wasn't it? Like a year or two ago or so. Yeah, that's right.
And it's constantly. I mean, Jesse goes all out on the experience. Halloween, we had some massive decorations out there, and he does the same for Christmas. And so we're trying to build that business a little more, where there's always things going on. We want to do more events, and we've thrown around, do we do a 2-man mini golf scramble league or things like that? So there's a lot to come in that area. That's a project we're throwing a lot at, and we're looking to build.
You can literally almost do, like, combine the scores in a way, right?
Yeah.
Let's say if you're doing a scramble, you can have, that's your scramble team, this is your score, and then now you have to go putting.
Yep.
Lowest score, that's it, and then the 2 combine for
like a net,
whatever, and then
exactly. Yeah.
There
it is.
You can hire me tomorrow. Oh man, that's awesome. So you briefly mentioned earlier, like, how you got into marketing. You were with First Tee for a while.
Yep.
Rocky Point.
Yep.
And then you decided, like, I got to get into marketing.
So I think the creative side of marketing is what's always pulled me.
Okay.
As mentioned, I had friends out of high school that they knew what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
They went off and did it. I was never that way. There was never anything that was like, okay, that's meant for me. It's been a journey. I've always said, throughout my career, I've learned more from jobs that I've taken about what I don't want to do long term rather than what I do want to do. But I think those roads meet at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the creative side really attracted me to marketing. And I was at kind of a crossroad when I was at Rocky Point. I was in the PGA program. At that time I had an associate's degree in business management. I chose not to go back at that time to finish my bachelor's in 2017. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't want to take the time and the money to invest in something that I didn't.
It's going to sit there.
Exactly.
Not be utilized.
That's kind of where I was at with the PGA. I had a choice whether I could go to the PGA, take about 2 years to finish that program, come out with a Class A PGA certificate, have a lot of opportunities in the golf industry, but I don't know if golf's what I want to do, or if golf is, as much as I love the game, do I want it to be a career, or do I want to keep it as a hobby and something I enjoy?
So exactly. Exactly.
So it was the choice of finishing the PGA or going back and spending the same amount of time and really kind of the same amount of money to finish my bachelor's degree.
Mm-hmm.
So I chose to go that route where I felt if I decided not to be in the golf industry, there would be,
Of
a
course. You
few
have a
more
fallback.
doors
Yeah.
open rather than having a PGA certificate. And
Yep.
that was always something, I could go back and get the
Of
certificate
course,
at
man.
any
We're
time.
still
So,
young.
absolutely. Marketing was always something I think, and again, I think the creative side and the creativity is really what pulled me.
Awesome.
And so I chose to go back and finish a degree in marketing.
Yeah.
So, finished the bachelor's degree, and so far I'm just, working and learning, and,
And you're doing
that road could come where maybe one day it's like, this was fun. Maybe
Yeah.
it's time for the next chapter. So.
Yeah, very true. Which you have a great eye for photography, I will say. So you've took some amazing photos.
Thank you.
That is just.
Thank you.
I would love to have you come along for this ride wherever this fuck train goes.
Yeah.
And you take some amazing photos,
you.
man, and the colors just pop.
Thank you.
And of course, not going to talk about my car for a second.
It's great.
That picture you took with the golf bag, which I'll put right here.
Yep.
With the golf bag and tink, just the colors like pow.
Thank you.
They're amazing.
That's what I want to.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful van. The
Thank
colors
you.
are what draw your eyes.
Real quick, because now we're new besties.
We're besties.
This is a bus.
Okay.
Not a van.
Thank you.
Absolutely. No, just good clarification. Any older Volkswagen, it's a bus because actually how we sit over the tires.
Makes sense.
Just like a bus. Yep,
makes sense.
Exactly.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. But go ahead.
All right.
You just got to the bus.
The bus.
Thank you,
the
bestie.
colors are what attracts your eye, and that's what I wanted to make pop. That's the thing.
Great.
That's where, photography has been. It's something. My dad was our high school photographer.
Okay.
For sports, he did all of our golf growing up and things like that. Where when my daughter was born, passed on his camera saying, "Hey, you're going to use this a lot more than I do now.
Awesome.
So here, you have fun with it." And as we talked last time, it's a lot like golf when I first started with it. Where anyone that's new to golf, before that bug bites, when you're on the range and you're getting frustrated and you're on that fourth shank in a row, and then you get that one that it's pure off the club face, and you're like, "Ooh, okay, that's it." Like that's what I'm looking for. I felt the same about photography, where I'd play with it, and I'd be scrolling through photos I'd take, and I'd be like, garbage, and I'd be like, "Oh, okay, that one, that's."
You're the way how you guys are clicking, and then it's like that one right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's been a fun, and again, I've been doing it for a couple of years now. I've had a lot of great opportunities in sports with, a few of the soccer teams here in Tampa, the Tampa Bay Sun, the Tampa Bay Rowdies, and then most recently I worked for, with the LPGA for the Annika in Clearwater, and that was a tremendous experience, and I had so much fun doing it.
Oh, I bet.
But that's just another thing, and it's convenient that it ties in with marketing, but that's where 5 years down the road, maybe I'm leaning more towards the enjoyment I'm having with being a photographer than the marketing
Very
side.
true.
And maybe that's where that shifts. But
very true. If you ever decide to do like family photos and do minis and you need a Volkswagen, I know a guy.
I know who I'm gonna call.
Yeah, that's right. That's absolutely. So you say that you're a lot of creativity, right?
Yeah.
What would you say then, if like a difficult thing with being a marketing director? And would you have like a creative block? What would be some of the issues, I guess, in a way that you would be dealing with marketing?
I would say there's that aspect to it. I think which would any creative would understand when you get in those just, man, I can't, there's nothing coming up. And that's normally where when those days come, I'll be sitting, again, the beauty of working at a golf course is I may be sitting at my laptop and I got nothing. And it's like, let me go hit some balls on the range real quick and just see if something, or I feel if you're anywhere else or, say you have an office job, that's typically those moments like, okay, let me go take a walk and I'll try. And that's where I think I have an internal struggle with marketing with just where social media is going these days and how addicting it can be and just how it can get a grasp on you. I try to disconnect from it as much as possible.
Yeah.
I think if I didn't have a marketing job, I wouldn't be on social media. It's just not something.
But that's something in a way that you have to utilize as a tool.
Absolutely.
Because everyone is everyone. Even though you're not.
If you're not on it, you'll fall behind.
Oh, 100%.
If this is the industry you want to be in, if you're not on it. And again, you can kind of say the same with AI. If you're not starting to use AI, which marketing, and again, that's where, and that's a huge thing that I think AI's got its purpose. But I think where where there's a line is authenticity. I think
I agree.
that's the one thing I try to maintain, especially with our accounts here, is I want to be as authentic as possible. I want people, and kind of something I just saw the other day. I was scrolling through Instagram, and TaylorMade Golf did an AI generated video of, I think it was Tiger Woods, Scotty Scheffler, and they were babies talking, and they had clips playing, but it didn't click in the comments. There's a lot of comments that people don't want to see AI. And I actually read an article recently that with how quickly AI is growing and how good it is at depicting real life, that a lot of people are going to start to kind of get sick of it, not knowing what's real and what's not. Where
that question's now there.
Yeah, and AI's been out for just a few years, and we're already starting to question that.
Oh,
where they have a theory that a lot of people are going to start to go back to wanting to see live plays and wanting to see live art, where they know it's right in front of them, it's real, and they can connect with it. So that's where I think I have an internal struggle with marketing just a little bit on the social media aspect.
Yeah, because that could be used as like a quick out. Like, okay, I got to design something, record a little.
And again, it's got its benefits where, say there is a creative, talking about a creative block where coming up with, maybe it's just our Taco Tuesday special, and, I got nothing coming for a funny caption. Chat, great. Hey, what's a funny, and again, I'll use it to generate ideas.
Yeah, of course.
Or, hey, give me 5 good captions or something like that.
Yeah, of course.
But then I'll take those and I'll put my own twist on them and things like that. So it definitely, from a creative block standpoint, super beneficial. It helps. I think when you cross the line into it's doing the job for you is where we lose the authenticity. So, I would say when it comes to a kind of a creative writer's block, there's a lot of tools out there right now, but kind of my go-to is just get out of the office a little bit and kind of try to connect with, or I would say disconnect a little bit.
Very true. Yeah, because just let the blow flowing.
Yep.
Because you can't do it when you're just sitting there looking at the same thing and absolutely.
Yep.
So you've been in it for a little while for the marketing. Would you say then, because I was going to ask you about like what do you see it changing in the marketing, like in itself? Would you say then it would be the AI, or is it just?
I would say AI is a big one.
Yeah.
Just again, the tools that it can be utilized for. Yeah. I would say it's the trends that are coming and going. And again, there's a fine line where, trends are popular. But do you want to be a follower of the trends, or do you want to do your own thing?
So do you want to do it like 6 or 7 of the times? I mean, do you want to? I was so anxious to do that one. Hold on. Just because my sons. God damn it. Even my sister-in-law was doing it. Sorry. But that's a trend, right?
It's unbelievable. Yeah.
Right? It's a retarded trend.
We went to the Lightning game a couple weeks ago. I shit you not, every single kid that they threw on that Jumbotron.
Of course.
Every single one. I don't understand. And again, that's where I'm like, oh, maybe I'm getting old. Where I'm like, I don't understand these anymore.
I mean, at one point, again, just talking about trends, kind of derailing a little bit. Like, what was that one? Planking was a trend for a while, right? Planking, water bottle flips was a trend.
That was fun. I had fun with that one.
Yeah. I mean, you can still have fun with it, right? I mean, if we had bottles, but it's crazy that you have to adjust to trends to keep capturing people's attention.
And that's the thing in. With social media, attention spans are getting shorter and shorter. So how do you come up with content that, I mean, when you go, if you're on the Instagram analytics side, one of the, analytics they give you is how many people watch past the first 3 seconds.
I'm learning that now.
So how do you create content that people are going to watch? Because if you don't capture them in the first 3 seconds, they're going to swipe. And
100. Quick satisfaction, or I can't remember what I listened to a podcast
Instant
about.
Gratification.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate you. Instant gratification. Up 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and it's amazing how, it's crazy. Yeah.
So there's it's an ever changing, I would say, industry. Yeah. It evolves so quickly, and again, a lot of that is due to social media.
I was gonna say too that just the fact that you mentioned about AI. I mean, you can almost say that. Jesse or whoever else, like, you know what? I don't need a marketing director. Hey, Gemini, kick this out for me. No, don't like it. Redo. That's the one I want.
And you can do that. I mean, it's cost effective.
Yeah.
He's not going to pay my salary. He's going to pay for the ChatGPT subscription, but you lose authenticity.
100%.
And I think when you do that, you risk, the character of the, whether it's a golf course or any other business. I mean, people, we're emotional beings.
100%.
It's you know, it's hard to build that emotional connection when you know it's a robot doing it, or
True.
AI, or however, artificial intelligence, however you want
true.
to say it.
Very true.
But when you know there's a person on the other end of it, you're more likely, I think, to build that emotional connection, and that's really what grabs people. But yeah, I mean, and we're starting to see that. We're starting to see where companies are going. You know,
Yeah.
jobs are being cut. It's an ever changing thing. So
Yeah.
interested to see where it goes. Again, it's, you know, I'm sure I like try to think of it as like, I'm sure there were, you know, the feedback that we're getting from AI, you know, the benefits, the pros and cons. I would love to know, you know, was it the same when the calculator came out? Like, oh, people aren't going to be able to do math
I like that.
anymore, or
Okay.
like, you know, this
Yeah.
is going to replace mathematicians, and you know,
Yeah.
I'm sure there was that feedback, but we adapt and we adjust, and we, you know, it finds its place. And
Very
so I think
true.
there's a lot to come. I hope it doesn't grow too fast where we
true.
can't control it.
Yeah. Oh, we don't need Skynet.
Nope.
Don't need Skynet. Don't know any of those things. Oh, or what's that movie with not I Am Legend, iRobot?
iRobot.
Yep, with Will Smith. Yeah.
And that's where it, you know, it's, you know, and this conversation could go down more in,
Of course.
an ethical route. You know, does it? I just hope, you know, it's. I think it's a great tool.
Yeah.
I hope, you know, capitalism and profits
Sure.
doesn't, you know, start to become more valuable than just connection.
You make a very good point though. Just the authenticity.
Mhm.
That's the number one. I mean, it's like yeah, AI or whatever could do that graphic a certain way or that picture to, but no. But if knowing that somebody put it in the time, that looks. You can tell. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, there's more appreciation for
Of
it when you
course.
know that someone took
Of
the
course.
time, and it's genuine. It comes from someone's creativity. It comes from their heart. It comes from their passion. You know, there's where when you see an AI graphic, and it's kind of funny. Like if you look at a graphic, you could be like, yeah, and that's most of the time when I see comments like, "Oh, that was a cool video," and then you find out it's AI. You're like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah,
fine."
exactly.
Where if I know like someone like took the time, and I see that, you know, my photography side, I follow a lot of really cool photographers, and some of the stuff they do, I'm like, oh my god, that's insane.
Yeah.
How do they do that?
Yeah.
If I were to find that I was AI, I'd be like, oh, that's
Of course,
forget it.
instant. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
No. I mean, there's no way that I don't think talking about that photo again, that AI could have produced that photo. What caught my eye though, going back to that picture though, is like the fact that you put your fuck behind the mirror. I mean, it's fucking
Gotta have
sexy.
fun with it.
Yeah, exactly. AI can't do that. An AI marketing tool, whatever, can't do that.
Yeah.
You could do that.
Yeah.
Ben.
That's
you
what
could do
that's
that.
what thanks. Job security, right?
Oh, that's right. Only for me. I mean, like I said, if this thing, you know, blasts off, I
Yep.
might need a marketing
All right, I'll
director.
take it. Hey.
You know, it's just right now it's a one-man show. And you know, it is what it is.
Yep.
And but yeah, dude, I don't got really much anything else about the marketing director. Do you have anything that you want to mention about Tampa Palms? Where I work.
We see where your loyalty lies.
Oh well, hey, I mean, it is a sexy shirt and hat that matches.
It is a great shirt. When I saw it, I was like,
everything has to match.
Sure is dope.
I always try to have like I'm not saying fashion. I got more shoes than my wife, but what I'm saying is like it just everything has to flow. It's
Now
gotta
you
look
say you have
good.
more shoes. What kind of shoe guy are you?
Honestly, everything.
Everything. Okay.
I mean, I wear from anything from Sperry's to flip flops. No, it doesn't have to be a particular brand or anything like that.
Right.
I just like I have to, just like my hats and my golf shirts. Like it just has to look right.
It's got to match.
It's like
well, when you look good, you play good.
100%. Oh, the guys know about that. Everyone knows that everything has to be colorful.
Or at least if you're not playing good, you're looking good.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. There's one thing that you have to have with me when we're golfing.
Yeah.
You need to be part of the white belt mafia.
You
have to have a white belt.
All right.
That's something that we check. So,
okay,
no
I love
joke.
that.
There's a white belt mafia.
Well,
White belt mafia.
All right.
I mean,
I love that.
It's just something different. It's like it just. I'm not wearing one now because I'm wearing the spandex type of golf shorts.
Yeah.
But regardless, yeah, you just have to have a white belt.
It looks clean.
It looks
it.
posh. I mean, it looks it just because like let's say if like I don't have any white, but if I have white in my lettering in my hat,
yeah.
If I just have a little pop on there, exactly,
it connects.
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm with you,
dude. It's good. But real quick, I do want to just say thank you again for doing this again. Thank you for doing this again. But it worked out. I learned a little bit more about you.
Absolutely.
I mean, and the fact that I get to enjoy these conversations.
Another conversation.
I try not to. I try to correct myself too, like when I say like interview. I don't want to say interview.
No, I noticed.
You know?
I picked up on that when you, a couple times where you really utilize the word conversation. And again, we talked last time about how the art of conversation with, again, social media and
course.
screens in this digital world, the art
Yeah.
of conversations being lost. No, I love that you utilize the word conversation.
Yes,
It's what we need more of.
It's more of a give and take. Sorry, one of the cut girls, and don't get any ideas. Already had one. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it really is. I really just don't like labeling of like, hey, why is the sky blue?
Yeah.
Why do you wear that shirt? But no, I mean, you never know. The fact that this conversation probably went for, again, almost an hour. Let's just talk. And the best part is you're getting paid for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thanks,
but I
Jesse.
mean, it's, again, thank you again, Ben.
No,
I
thank
really
you.
appreciate you, brother. I really do.
Hey, I
I'm
love
looking
it.
forward to many more
Anything for my
conversations.
bestie.
That's right, my guy. Sorry, boys. It is what it is, man. It's like video games. Bluey is a big one. And the fact that you already knew what Fairy Tale was, that was
Yep.
my favorite episode because
It's
it was
a
about
great-
the 80s.
It's a great episode.
I love it. Yeah, man.
It's awesome.
It's we're getting old. Because we got kids and just we got to enjoy the time
Absolutely.
to have these conversations. Sorry,
There you
brother.
go.
Anyway, well, I hope you guys did enjoy this interview.
There we
See,
go.
I
Hey,
see. Break it. This conversation that I had with Ben, the marketing director for Plantation Palms.
Thank you.
If you guys like, please, like and subscribe, and then also check out the golf course. Check out what Ben, Jesse, and his whole crew do. And without further ado, let's just end it. So this has been your friendly unabashed cup cutter. You guys have a good one. Take care. Thanks, bro.
Love it.
Dude.
It's awesome.
It's awesome,
Listen,
dude.
when you text me,
Your friendly, unabashed cup cutter. I slice through the turf like warm butter, planting dreams in the grass, one putt under. Your friendly, unabashed cup cutter.